Hi folks, this is all the fruit. And look at this beautiful grove of Pistacia atlantica. I'm here in the Barranco de Almacigo, above the village of La Aldea, in the southwest of Gran Canaria. And pretty much opposite of me, in the middle of this frame, more or less in front of the No, actually, more or less behind the big greenhouses, there is the Barranco de Lentisco. Well, if you are familiar with the Spanish language or with botanical terminology, Almacigo and Lentisco are both used to describe Pistacia lentiscus. However, look at those plants. They are deciduous, and Pistacia lentiscus is evergreen. So what's going on here? There seemed to be a bit of a confusion. So they seem to use the names for both species interchangeably. So this here is definitely Pistacia atlantica. Look at the size of this growth. It continues to the left in the shade. It continues to the back in the shade, and it continues around the curve. There seem to be a couple beautiful groves here in the Macizo de Guigui, or the mountains of Guigui, but this is the first one I'm seeing. The trees in this part are not exceptionally large. Actually, they are much, much bigger trees. Just a couple of them surviving down there in the village. But there must be hundreds of them here. Let's look at them. Well, the good thing about the subtropical climate is that even deciduous trees take being deciduous more like a suggestion than as a strict rule, so you can always find a couple leaves and usually even a couple out-of-season fruit. Look at this tree here. I don't actually know if they are dioecious. This one seems to have had just male flowers which dried up on the plant. I wonder if they dried up too early. We have had a lot of drought here. If those flowers actually did their job or not. Well, here we have a plant. A couple plants with female fruit. Let's check the species again. Well, Pistacia atlantica is deciduous. Pistacia lentiscus is evergreen. Look, there are a couple evergreen branches here. Pistacia atlantica is supposed to have an uneven number of leaflets, so there should be one at the end of each leaf. Yes, there is one on this leaf, one on this leaf, one on this leaf, one on this leaf, one on this leaf. So despite the fact that we have a couple more or less evergreenish branches around here, seems to be pretty sure that this is Pistacia atlantica and not Pistacia lentiscus. By the way, fun fact, I guess somebody came here and was looking for those pistachios, and for some reason those people, where did they sit? They brought some normal pistachios, Pistacia Avera, with them and ate them here. Let's collect a couple of the shells of Pistacia Avera. So this is not from this grove, but people brought them here and ate them here. And let's compare them to the local Pistacia lentiscus. Pistacia Avera, of course, those are shells of a cultivar, of a commercially grown cultivar. Well, here we have the little fruit with the pistachios inside of Pistacia atlantica. Here is an inflorescence, actually one which still even has some juice, so must have been broken off recently. So, as you can already guess, those little things are generally not being eaten by humans. That doesn't mean that they are worthless. Look at that, some animal, probably some, I don't know, insect or even in some cases some rat or what, has eaten them. There are some with big holes. I think this might be a rat. But some of them have such small holes, might have been an insect. Well, somewhere here, some animal even dragged a lot of those little pistachios to a hidden location under a rock and ate them. So let's grab a couple of them. Well, you can see that Pistacia atlantica does look like Pistacia Avera, just much smaller. And it's also edible, just I don't guess any human will seriously try to get any nutrients from those things. I mean, okay, let's try this. I don't know if those are properly ripened. They seem to have the color of ripe pistachios. Huh, funny, they taste salty. Like salty pistachios, incredible. You don't even need to salt those. There's some flesh in there. Yeah. Folks, those things taste like salty roasted pistachios. Let me try to break one really carefully. I did not prepare any because I did not think they would be that good. I thought I would chew on a couple of them and tell you, well, this is worthless. But no, I'm really surprised that there is actually something. Look at that. There is a teeny tiny pistachio. Well, okay, I did not manage to get it out in one piece. This one. Where is it? This one doesn't seem to have one. Well, this had one. Well, okay, I crushed it, but basically those are two pieces of the pistachio seed, which is inside those teeny tiny pistachios. And yeah, it tastes more or less like a rather tangy, roasted, salty pistachio. Well, still, they are too small to be of any commercial use, you think. Well, think again. There are actually several commercial uses for them. Let me try once more. Stop. Okay, here it is. I managed to get about half of this pistachio out in one piece. Not bad. Tastes like a pistachio. Of course, with that teeny tiny size, even with the giant amount, there are no competition for Pistacia Avera. So, what is the commercial use of those? Well, actually, they are quite valuable as a rootstock for Pistacia Avera. They seem to be very resilient, so you can basically graft Pistacia Avera on them. And then you get the resilient Pistacia atlantica, which grows tasty big Pistacia Avera. Also, well, yeah, a sap similar to mastics obtained from them is being used. I don't know if they have those big horn-like things like Pistacia terebinthus, which were used for tanning. But basically, yes, they are of some commercial value. Of course, they are of some ecological value, forming forests in an area where very few trees can survive. Don't know if the wood is of any particular use. But yeah, you can make a sap from them, although people here tell me that the stuff they can buy, which comes from Morocco, is much better than the stuff they can produce here in the Canaries, so they're basically not producing any sap from Pistacia species anymore. But yeah, also you can use them as a rootstock for Pistacia Avera. So folks, this was Pistacia atlantica, a very useful tree for the pistachio production, and a tree which even does produce edible pistachios, but too small to be of any big value. I'm glad that I found this beautiful grove here in the mountains of Gran Canaria. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos. Well, actually no, for a couple more fruit videos from Gran Canaria before I leave. This is my last day. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.